Most players think Molly is simple. Dig underground, pop out, shoot, but that's not even close to the truth. Molly is actually one of the most tactical heroes in Bullet Echo. She can scout enemies, disarm opponents, cancel abilities, and survive situations and instantly kill other heroes. But here's the scary part. Most players don't understand how her ability actually works. So today, I'm breaking down every important Molly mechanic, counter, and pro trick that will completely change how you play her. Everything Molly does revolves around one ability, Burrow. When Molly activates it, she digs underground and disappears. But there's an important mechanic most players miss. There's a 1-second delay before Molly actually goes underground, which means this ability is not meant for panic reactions. You must predict danger before it happens. How long Molly stays underground depends on personal gears. Without enough gears, she stays underground for 5 seconds. But with 4 personal gears or more, she can stay underground for 7 seconds. Those extra seconds are extremely important because they give you more time to reposition, flank enemies, or escape danger. Being underground does not mean you are invisible to everything. Molly has limited vision underground. Her movement also creates sound in a mud trail, which means experienced players can actually track your position. That's why long underground travel is risky. The best way to use Burrow is for short repositioning and surprise attacks. When Molly comes out of the ground, several things happen instantly. First, Molly dashes forward in the direction she is facing. Second, she gets a short immunity window until the ability ends. Third, enemies close to Molly take aerial damage. And most importantly, enemies near her become disarmed. They cannot shoot for a short moment. That moment is your kill window. If the enemy survives until the disarm ends, you lose the advantage. Molly also has a unique detection ability underground. She can detect enemies in several ways. You can see footsteps within hearing range. And when you move closer, you can reveal the exact enemy hero. Her detection works similar to Raven or Cyclops scan, but with a smaller range. She can detect enemies behind walls, enemies hiding in bushes, invisible enemies, like Ghost or Stalker, drones, and mines. But there's one exception. Molly cannot detect another Molly underground. Molly can survive hazards and instantly kill other heroes. For example, train tracks. If Molly is underground when the train passes, she survives without taking damage. This allows some very unusual escape and reposition plays. Molly can deploy and collect drones while underground. This creates powerful tactical options. For example, if Ramsay activates Rampage and rushes you, you can deploy an agent drone underground and cancel his ability instantly, without even exposing yourself. Molly is powerful, but she is not unstoppable. Certain abilities can instantly cancel her Burrow. These are mostly explosive abilities. Examples include Grenade from Sparkle, Freddy, and Firefly, Rockets from Dark and Smog, Twinkle's Force Bomb, Blink attacks from Arnie, Dragoon, Alice's Portal Burst, Test Ball Lightning, and Guard Drone Meltdown. If Molly takes explosive damage underground, the Burrow ends immediately. However, many abilities cannot affect Molly underground. These include Shinji Firebomb, Blizzard Freezing Mines,
Nope.
Link's Arrow Rain, By Shadow Steps, Raven and Cyclops scans, Levi or Slayer Thermal Vision,
Nope.
and force field from Satoshi or blood. Ramsay's rampage explosion cannot damage Molly underground. The only way he can hit her is if he collides directly above her, or Molly enters the rampage collision zone. Some passive effects still work while Molly is underground. These include Team Healing.
Okay.
MedPro Drone Healing. Assault Hero Healing passives, armor bonuses, and natural health regeneration. But there are two important exceptions. Zone damage still affects Molly. And Lynx can still detect Molly's footsteps using keen hearing. Molly's shotgun is powerful, but it is also unforgiving. It has a small magazine. If you miss your shots, you are extremely vulnerable during reload, which means Molly requires precision and timing, not reckless shooting. The best way to fight as Molly is simple. Scout first. Burrow underground. Reposition close to the enemy. Pop up to disarm them. Then eliminate them before they recover. Molly fights must be fast and decisive. When fighting another Molly, timing is everything. If the enemy Molly burrows towards you, use your own burrow and try to surface before she does. That usually wins a fight. Against Blizzard, she can freeze Molly if a mine is placed right before Molly surfaces. The counter is simple. Pop up very close to Blizzard and avoid unnecessary movement. Against Ramsay, you have two safe options. First, deploy Agent Drone while underground to cancel his rampage. Second, choose your pop-up direction carefully and surface behind walls or cover to avoid his collision damage. But there is also a third, risky trick. You can intentionally take the collision hit, but only if you plan where Ramsay throws you. Position yourself so the impact pushes you behind a wall or solid cover. Molly will be stunned for a moment, but while Ramsay's rampage ability is on cooldown, you recover first and get ready to punish him. Against blink heroes like Arnie and Dragoon, watch their cooldowns. If their blink is ready, play carefully. Once they waste it, that is your moment to strike. Against shield heroes, Bastion, Hurricane, and Angel, do not rush the fight. Stay underground and wait. Their shields are temporary. The moment the shield expires, pop up immediately, disarm them, and finish the fight before they can react. Against Graviel, watch for his grenade. The moment he throws it, burrow underground. Stay there until the explosion passes. If teammates are nearby, coordinate with them. Let them apply pressure while you prepare the ambush pop-up.
Hey, Jumbo, come over here. Help.
Molly is not a tank. She is not a rush hero. Molly is a spy. She gathers information. She controls positioning. And she disrupts enemies at the perfect moment. Master her timing, and you control when fights start, and when you end them. Last stand isn't luck, it's control.